What's up, everybody? My name is Aaron, and welcome to the Mad Maker Studio, and welcome back for some more Astrologaster. I think we are on part 10 now. We just finished with our friend Mary here, so let's get our case summary before we go on. The querent did wish to know whether England is soon to be ruled over by a Catholic king or queen. I did reassure the querent that the queen remains in fine health and that her successor will not revert England to Catholicism. Methinks the querent was a little pleased with me for the reading I gave this day. The weather is lovely this day. Mayhap I take my niece to the new cockpit in Vauxhall. She does so love to see the cocks. Are you taking your niece to cockfights? This woman has so many layers. Oh my gosh.
Rejoice, rejoice in the Lamb, served by his bishop, to his guests for dinner at his palace in London. Rejoice, rejoice in the Lamb, and beef and the fruit and the swan pie.
Good day and well met, Lord Archbishop. What a pleasure it is to welcome your grace once more to my humble consulting chambers. Do you ail of something, sir?
Nay, I am in good health. I am come for information. That is, I am come for an astrological reading concerning one of my deans, Thomas Blagg, the Dean of Rochester Cathedral. I hear you are acquainted with him, are you not?
Yes, so please your grace. I am honoured to say that Dean Blagg is one of my querents.
I see. What a remarkable coincidence. Then you may know that Dean Blagg has been petitioning me to promote him to the rank of bishop, specifically to grant him the vacant seat of the bishopric of Salisbury. I wonder if you, that is, if the stars and planets and so forth, might tell me if there be any reason why Thomas Blagg might not be a fitting candidate for such a position of responsibility.
I see. Then let us see what the stars can tell us. Should Thomas Blagg, Dean of Rochester, be made the Bishop of Salisbury?
Oh, I think we know the answer already. Should I grant Thomas Blagg the bishopric of Salisbury? The querent to John Whitgift is not an honorable man. Jupiter exalted in retrograde, this represents dishonor. Blagg is a frugal manager of church funds. Well, we know that's not true. Saturn exalted in Libra, this indicates frugality. John Whitgift would be wise to cooperate with his employee, Dean Blagg. Venus, this suggests cooperation. Cooperation. My southern just came out, excuse me. Oops. Financial deceit is becoming committed against the church. Neptune in retrograde, this suggests deceit, causing a reversal. Dean Blagg has creatively and successfully stolen from the church. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know what his family life is, or like his history, like if he had an inheritance or his parents were wealthy and he went to the church. I don't know that, but the sun, this represents a mature man, Dean Blagg. Mercury, this indicates creativity. And Mars exalted in Capricorn, this represents victory. Dean Blagg is on an emotional journey. The moon, this represents emotions. Dean Blagg is questioning his religious principles. Blagg's heresy would be a shocking blow for the Archbishop. Uranus in retrograde, a surprising reversal. Pluto in retrograde, a reversal in perspective. Okay, so we know... We cannot say for a fact if he has stolen at all from the church, but it might be, based on our past discussions with him, it's pretty reasonable inference. Financial deceit being committed against the church. I mean... And also, am I ever going to see Dean Blogg again? I don't remember how far we were in his cases, but we've not had a great track record with him. So I don't feel as compelled to make him look good. We do know that he's made some bad financial investments. We never told him how much to invest, so he might have overdone that on his own. But just based on what we know, I mean, we do know he has some financial issues.
You must not grant Thomas Blagg the bishopric of Salisbury, Your Grace, for it seems Dean Blagg has been embezzling from the church. He has been removing cathedral furnishings, fine paintings, tapestries, candlesticks and the like, and selling them for his own enrichment, or mayhap to pay off his personal debts.
Verily? Well, I do hear it remarked that the Rochester Cathedral has been looking a little Puritan of late. Mayhap I shall have my chaplain cast an eye over the cathedral accounts.
Before you leave, Your Grace, perchance I may broach a small matter of my own. Methinks you have the power to grant medical licenses, do you not? Although I am an experienced physician, you may have heard of my work during the plague of 1592, for instance, I am not technically licensed to practice medicine. It has been causing some administrative troubles of late. I wonder if Your Grace might condescend to help me by...
You would have me grant you a medical license, would you? I suppose that might be arranged. Leave it with me, and I will have my chaplain look into it.
I thank you heartily, Your Grace. Your Grace is most generous.
Something tells me that's not going to be as easy as just that. And of course, I forgot, as soon as one character leaves and the other character comes in, I completely forget that they interact with each other outside of my consultation chambers. So Mary did mention that Dean Blogg replaced the silver candlesticks with pewter, and she thought that was great. But yeah, it was probably to settle some personal debts from his bad investments and his failing marriage and that sort of thing. So the querent did wish to know whether there be any reason why he should not make Thomas Blogg the Bishop of Salisbury. I did advise the querent against granting Thomas Blogg the bishopric. Methinks the querent was a little pleased with me for the reading I gave this day. In truth, it is well to know that Blogg is only a thief, not developing Puritan sympathies as I had feared. Wow, okay.
Alice Blogg is on the make, mayhap even on the take. Could it be for her family's sake? Seriously give her a break.
God give you good day, Mistress Blogg. Pray tell, what brings you?
I would know whether my lover, Owen Wood, is resolved to leave me something in his will. A small legacy, mayhap. A large one. I do hope he intends to leave me something.
Owen Wood? He is the Dean of Armagh, is he not? But were you not pursuing, Richard Bancroft, the Bishop of London?
Aye, and your notion to use Lambeth Palace for an assignation did work wondrous well. We had a small dalliance, the bishop and I. But 'tis all over now, for I did end it.
Only a small dalliance. But I thought your plans for the bishop were larger in scope. In our last consultation, you had me believe you were looking for something more substantial.
Aye, I was. But I will not lie, I was disappointed.
I see. Now perchance we may proceed to this matter concerning Owen Wood. Pray tell, why would you wish to know whether he has included you in his will? Is he gravely ill?
Not presently, but methinks he will be soon, for he has gone to Ireland to join that peacocking mumphead, the Earl of Essex.
I see. He has gone to fight in Robert Devereux's military campaign to put down the Catholic rebels in Ireland. But you're being a little harsh, are you not? 'Tis true he has had some bad luck of late, but the Earl is a fine...
Oh, a swole-headed failson is what his lordship is. 'Twould not surprise me if he read his map upside down and marched his men into a bog to drown. Pray, let us do my reading, if you please.
Certainly. If Owen Wood, the Dean of Armagh, were to die, would Alice Blagg inherit anything from his estate?
Will I receive an inheritance from Owen Wood? Owen Wood has frittered away his fortune, Saturn exalted and in retrograde. This represents profligacy. Dean Wood's time in Ireland will be gentle. The moon exalted in Taurus. This represents gentleness. Good angels will compel Owen Wood to be faithful to his wife. Jupiter exalted in Cancer. This represents faithfulness. Well, something tells me that's already not happening. The romance between the Alice Blagg and Owen Wood is marred with conflict and deceit. Mercury falling in Pisces, this represents lies. Mars, this suggests conflict. Or Owen Wood is keeping a secret to be revealed upon his death. Neptune in retrograde, this represents deception being revealed. Owen Wood could not resist being charitable to his lover Alice. She is due to receive a legacy from Wood upon his death, much to the surprise and chagrin of Mistress Wood. The Sun exalted in Aries, this suggests charity. Venus in detriment in Aries, this represents an adulterous woman Alice. Pluto, this represents death. And Uranus, this represents a surprise. Ooh. I don't know. Was this the thing for men to leave their mistresses money in their wills? Like, I guess it would help if I had more context, or maybe if I got to see the other characters that they're just talking about and make a determination that way, but of course that's too easy. So I think I'm going to put my faith in that this man will be faithful to his wife. And like, I don't know if they have any children, but certainly if they did, he would want to leave everything for his wife and children. I would hope.
Alas, I am sorry to disappoint you, madam, but Dean Wood has no plans to leave you anything in his will. His entire fortune will go to his wife and children.
Verily? I must own, it does surprise me.
Does it, though? For in this chart, I see conflict and lies between you. And it does appear that he is to renounce his adulterous ways and become once again faithful to his wife. He is, after all, a man of God.
He is to become faithful to his wife, you say? How extraordinary. Well, you did put the right name in your chart, I trust. Owen Wood with 2 O's? Huh. Well, well. Wonders will never cease.
Oh, well, that seemed to go well with her. All right. The querent did wish to know whether her lover Owen Wood, the Dean of Armagh, had included her in his will. I did advise the querent that Owen Wood had not included her in his will and that he would shortly be renouncing his adulterous ways. Methinks the querent was a little pleased with me for the reading I gave this day. Alice is just full of surprises. I do not believe in miracles. Oh no. I do not have a good track record with this guy. We clearly do not like each other. Why does he keep coming to my practice?
Good dawning, D. Blagg. How may I do you service this day?
I must begin by thanking you for your previous service, Dr. Foreman. For though the previous reading you gave me was hard to hear, it was honest and true.
Ah, yes. Raleigh and Essex's pursuit of the Spanish treasure ships did not end well, so I hear. Though I am glad I was able to give you fair warning of it.
As am I. A most lamentable affair that has cost me very dear. And I know not how, but my wife Alice has lately learned of our perilous financial situation.
Ah, has she?
Aye, and she has had me petition the Archbishop for a promotion. 'Tis her reckoning that if I were promoted to bishop, the increased living would enable me to settle our debts.
That would seem wise under the circumstances. And was your petition successful?
It was. At least at first. Indeed, His Grace did have me believe he is minded to make me Bishop of Salisbury.
The bishopric of Salisbury. But that is excellent well, is it not?
It would be very well, forsooth. But many months have passed, and the Archbishop gives yet no sign of granting the vacant bishopric to anybody.
I see. And he does not say when the matter may be decided?
Nay, indeed he does not. Whenever I raise the question with His Grace, he says he needs time to consider the various episcopal and doctrinal matters concerning such an appointment. All the while, he has me performing additional duties that I dare not refuse, lest I lose his favour. And Mistress Blarg has sent him pies upon numerous occasions.
And yet the Archbishop is not moved? Oh, he must be a very hard man indeed, for your wife's pies are well renowned for their powers of persuasion. Now, let us see what the stars can tell us. Will Thomas Blarg, Dean of Rochester, be granted the bishopric of Salisbury?
I wish you or Alice would have just come talk to me before the Archbishop did. And maybe I would have, helped you out. But oh my gosh, we're just destined to not end well with this character. Will the Archbishop make me Bishop of Salisbury? Well, I think we can, with 100% certainty, say no, he will not, because of what we had told him previously. Blog's relationship with the Archbishop will remain amicable. The Sun, this represents a man of authority, the Archbishop. Venus domicile in Taurus, this suggests pleasantness. Blog has demonstrated his godliness. Jupiter exalted in Cancer, this represents honor and religiosity. Blog's professional ambitions will be realized if he exercises patience. Saturn exalted and in retrograde, this advises patience to turn Blog's life around. Okay, well that seems pretty good. Room to grow. A deception concerning the theft of goods has been uncovered. Neptune in retrograde, this represents a deception being uncovered. Ooh. But do we tell him this based on the answer we gave the Archbishop? And then learn maybe the truth around it? Ooh. Blog is advised to travel with his wife. The Moon, this represents a woman. Blog's wife, Alice. God will help Blog succeed by radically transforming the Archbishop's opinion of Blog's intelligence. Thus raised in the Archbishop's esteem, Blog will be granted the bishopric, which comes with a considerable increase in pay. Mercury, this indicates intelligence. Mars domicile in Aries, this suggests victory. Uranus, this suggests a sudden change of fortune. Or Pluto, this represents transformation perspective. Okay, hold up. Blog is advised to travel with his wife. And God will help Blog succeed by radically transforming the Archbishop's opinion of Blog's intelligence. So is this telling me that by studying abroad, maybe, and being away from the Archbishop can reform his opinion of Blog? Ooh. Well, considering that we've already told the Archbishop this line of dialogue. Maybe we should go ahead and continue it. Again, we do not have a great track record with this guy. Almost every encounter has been an utter failure, resulting in negative reviews. So I think just to continue the line of dialogue I already started, we're going to go with option B.
You will never be granted the bishopric of Salisbury, I fear, for the Archbishop has discovered some irregularities in the management of Rochester Cathedral. Some missing furnishings, I think?
Well, I mean to say, if indeed that be so, then 'tis most egregious. I will have some very stern words with my chaplain.
Worry not, sir. The stars indicate that His Grace would wish to avoid any unpleasantness. As is customary with church scandal, he will doubtless remain quiet on the matter for the sake of reputation.
Ah, well, of course I too would not want to bring shame upon the church. If there be such vile, false rumours circulating about me, it would be wrong not to consider the attention that my promotion to bishop would invite. I own that I am shocked and disappointed by this, but I must thank you for forewarning me.
Did we do it? Did we do good? The querent did wish to know if he will be granted the bishopric of Salisbury. I did advise the querent that he will never be granted the bishopric of Salisbury, owing to his embezzlement of church funds. So that was happening. Methinks the querent was pleased with me for the reading I gave this day. I'm shocked. Would that I had not replaced all the silver candlesticks with pewter and left the 2 smaller on the altar.
Lancelot more struck by the muse, for his sonnets found there be no excuse. Many do strike him a chain, and for his verse they damn him to hell.
Why are you back here? I thought I got rid of you.
Good morrow, Mr. Moore. You are returned from Italy, I see.
Aye, and I had the most enlightening experience. My tutors taught me all about those ancient Romans and whatnot. Indeed, 'tis a changed man you see before you now. A worldly man of culture and learning. Mayhap you would benefit from taking a tour of Italy yourself, Foreman.
Alas, Mr. Moore, I must remain in London to care for my querents. As to wit, what brings you this day?
Well, no sooner did I return to London than I did become acquainted with the most wondrous creature. A lady who has been lately widowed.
Ah, let me just take some notes here. Is this one dark or fair? Auburn with eyes of green, mayhap? I do not believe there's yet been an auburn-haired maid.
Fie, Mr. Foreman. Prithee show more respect for ladies than to view them as mere collections of physical charms. Beauty alone is of nothing to a man such as I. Nay, my heart does belong to a worldly woman of culture and learning. Her head almost as striking as the soft hair and radiant eyes that adorn it. Indeed, her gift of understanding is so strong she can listen to my sonnets for hours on end.
She can she? Forsooth, the lady does show great strength of mind indeed. And how might I advise you?
I would have you tell me whether I should marry her, for, as you know, I have offered my troth to ladies in the past, and it has not ended well for me. So, this time I did tell myself, Lancelot, you will proceed with caution. You will know the lady for at least a month before you think of wedding her, and then you'll go directly to Foreman for his counsel.
Then let us consult the stars now. Should Lancelot Moore marry this wondrous and worldly widow?
Wow, Lancelot, a whole month? Should I marry the wondrous widow? And if it's Emma Sharp, I'm not gonna be surprised. Deceitful hidden motives are at play. Neptune, this suggests deception. The match would provoke an unexpected death resulting in an inheritance. Uranus, this represents a surprising event. Pluto, this indicates death. Moore is allowing his emotions to rule his finances, putting them at risk by acting impatiently. The moon, this represents emotions. Saturn exalted and in retrograde, this indicates the reverse of patience, impatience. The widow is an intelligent woman who aspires to greatness through her relationships. Mercury, this indicates intelligence. Venus, this represents a romantic partner, the widow. Jupiter, this suggests an aspiration to greatness. God favors the marriage. It would make a man of Moore. The Sun, this represents a maturing man, Lancelot. I guess he is growing. The stars suggest I have cruel intentions. The stars suggest I have cruel intentions toward my querent Lancelot Moore. Mars in detriment in Taurus. This indicates a cruel middle-aged man, me. Why are you getting angry, Simon? Oh my gosh, why, Simon? Why are you so angry? We don't even know who this woman is. Like, this is... Unless I've just completely missed something earlier on in the story, this is just coming out of nowhere. So this is kind of suggesting that she's a gold digger. I mean, I technically got all of my letters of recommendation, unless I give him a bad answer by which he can snatch them all back. Ooh. I am so confused by this one. Like, oh my gosh. I'm gonna go for this one.
Ah, the stars do favor this match. The alliance would serve you well, for this lady is intelligent and aspires to greatness. For a man of your station, the guidance and support of such a woman is oft essential to the attainment of success and advancement.
Then 'tis decided. Oh, wondrous day. I will at once to Emma go to ask her hand in marriage.
I knew it. I freaking knew it. Oh my gosh, what if it comes out that she's been killing all of her husbands? Who cares? Got my letter of recommendation. The querent did wish to know whether he should marry his beloved, a worldly widow. I did advise the querent to marry the widow. Methinks the querent was pleased for me for the rating I gave this day. Yes. Well, Lancelot, if Emma is indeed a black widow, thank you for giving me your letter of recommendation before you go down that road. Mayhaps we will meet again. Yep. My parents will be pleased with the match this time, for Lady Dyer is a very rich widow. Oh no, and this also plays into that first answer where it was like, she's deceitful, she's going to, you know, you're spending all this money on her, she's going to take it from you. Oh my gosh, is Emma a black widow? I did not see that coming. I just thought she just had such bad luck and her parents kept making her marry these older men, but what if she's the real mastermind behind all this? Oh my gosh. Ah! Oh my gosh, I love this game. Oh my gosh, go buy and play this game for yourself. It is worth every single penny. Oh my gosh.
Sibyl's not blessed, for when she tries her best, 'tis then she does her worst. From being overdressed to poisoning her guests, ambitions are her curse.
Good day, Mistress Fortescue.
I do hope you may help me, Dr. Foreman, for I am mightily afflicted with fever and pain.
Yes, I see. Your face is a trifle red in colour. When did your troubles begin? At a dinner party, perchance?
Nay, 'twas at a luncheon, the one I gave this day. I sought to play a trick upon my friend, Lady Emma Dyer, and I worry God is punishing me for my japery.
And what manner of jape did you play on your friend at this luncheon of yours? Pray, describe the ruse to me.
Well, I came upon the idea when I took receipt of a trunk full of exotic goods from the New World. Lovely gifts sent home to me by my gallant husband. Know you of my husband, Captain Henry Fortescue? He is a great friend of Sir Walter Raleigh, of course.
I think you have mentioned him once or twice, madam.
The trunk contained a parcel of dried fruits, full red in colour they were, and with them a note of warning. On it was writ that these fruits, if not consumed in moderation, can provoke a hot, pricking fever when ingested.
Ah, yes. I have read of this fruit in the writings of Spanish explorers. Capsicum Icaramba mequema is the botanical name, I believe.
I am well known for serving the most original dishes at my table. Hence my guests were not surprised when I invited them to try my exotic fruit. I served them each a sweet pie containing one of these, capsicum...
Icaramba mequema.
But I made sure Emma received a pie containing the very largest fruit, and I the very smallest one.
I see. You hoped to occasion a fever in your friend while escaping the same fate yourself. And yet this ruse did not succeed, I take it.
Nay, it did not, Dr. Foreman. Most of my guests dared only take one bite of their pies before abandoning them, finding themselves unequal to the challenge. But Emma ate hers all up, as did I. I was sure I would be safe, and that she would turn red and begin to perspire most shamefully, but she remained as cool as a cucumber. But
you, madam?
But I began to feel such pain in my mouth and throat. My face and eyes turned red. Moisture gathered on my brow and bosom, and damp marks appeared on my bodice. I could not conceal it from my guests. 'Twas humiliating.
How distressing for you, madam. Let us now seek a solution to this mystery in the stars. What might explain the querent's affliction?
The smaller the pepper, the spicier it is. At a luncheon, I was stricken with a pain and fever. What is the cause of my suffering? The querent is experiencing a short-lived attack of lusty passions, a condition that can occasion bodily heat and blushing of the face. The moon falling in Scorpio. This suggests the illness will not last long. The querent has been bewitched, which apparently, thanks to my hearing with the Council of Doctors, apparently that's quite a normal thing to diagnose. And I've tried so hard to stay away from it. The querent has been bewitched. Uranus, this suggests witchcraft. Pluto, this suggests the possibility of death. Bye, Aries, I miss you. The querent is suffering from a kind of quinsy, caused by an abundance of blood flowing to the head and throat. It can occasion swelling, fever, and redness in the face. Mars in detriment in Taurus. This represents an imbalance of yellow bile color. Yes.
One moment, madam, while I consult that Spanish book I mentioned earlier. The one recounting travels in the New World. Ah, yes. That is interesting.
What is interesting, Dr. Foreman?
The stars say you have quinsy, and this book confirms my suspicions as to what provoked it. Madam, 'tis not the larger fruits that occasion pain when consumed. 'Tis the small ones, such as the one you had baked into the pie for yourself.
You mean to say the smaller fruits are more dangerous than the larger ones? How strange! Verily, how topsy-turvy!
The pain will be gone by the morrow, but in the meantime, you may find relief by washing your mouth out with wine.
Burgundy wine? Or will an ordinary claret suffice?
Any wine will do, madam. God give ye good even, Mistress Fortescue.
Clarence did present with symptoms of fever and pain that began during a luncheon she hosted. I did diagnose quinsy, provoked by the consumption of a small yet dangerous New World fruit. Methinks the Querent was pleased with me for the reading I gave this day. We are on a roll! I should not like to be seen drinking cheap claret before dinner. I think I will have cook open a bottle of Burgundy. Ooh. Alright, we are going to end this episode of Astrologaster right here. I felt a lot of emotions this time around, and I feel like I got to know all these characters a lot better in this one session. Thank you for joining me. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And let me know some of the predictions or theories that you have surrounding all of these different characters, because they all seem to be hiding a little more than they're letting on, or that I'm able to discern. I'm so fascinated by this game and this world that they built, and oh my gosh, I cannot recommend it enough. I would love to watch other people play this now. So if you have played it or you are going to play it, please let me know immediately. I will be right there. Okay, it is time for me to go to bed. Thanks again for joining me, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!